Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to the fabulous Tropicana Hotel and Casino for another action-packed card of AWA Championship Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, the first contest, it is set for one fall. Introducing in the corner to my left, hailing from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing 255 pounds, Tom RIch. And wrestling fans, his opponent from Mound, Minnesota, weighing 218 pounds, Greg Gagne. And now down to Nick Bockwinkel and Doug McLeod.
All right, Gary Capetta, thank you very much. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to AWA Championship Wrestling, the Major League of Professional Wrestling, and we are so pleased to bring you another tremendous program of action here on ESPN, and here we go. Well, Nick Bockwinkel, I know that mixed feelings go through your mind when you take a look at Greg Gagne, but even you have to admit, a very talented wrestler with an extra something since he's graduated from Camp Slaughter.
Oh, I'm not so sure it's an extra something. I think it always was there. When you stop and think about it, Greg Gagne is, I refer to him as the runt of the litter. 218 pounds. He's not one of the bigger men in our sport, but I will have to pay him the compliment, even though I don't personally care for him, that he does make up for it in tenacity and determination, and he just keeps grinding away. There's no question. He's an excellent wrestling technician. He naturally inherited that from his father, who was a world heavyweight champion also.
Hammerlock broken as big Tom RIch out of Baltimore hits the ropes. And later in this program, what a main event. It's the talk of the wrestling world. The tag team belts changed hands under extremely controversial circumstances. The Road Warriors, Jimmy Garvin and Steve Regal. And this program, a little while from now, you fans will finally get to see it.
Well, people got to understand. Spinks beat Holmes for the heavyweight championship. You see Greg Gagne right here now. He's sacrificing probably maybe 40, 50 pounds. RIch is that much bigger man than he is. But again, as you can just see right here, the big man that's off his feet. A lot of times it's like the big giant turtles. You turn them over on their back and all they do is wave their flippers in the air. And this is the problem you have a lot of times with big men. And Greg Gagne is excellent at this. As you can see, he's doing his best to keep this man off his feet where his power is at. Down on the mat, Greg's got as much of an advantage over him as RIch could have on him anywhere else.
So Gagne working on Tom RIch. You'll also see Boris Zhukov and Brad Rheingans, Stan the Lariat Hansen, and that big one, of course, the Road Warriors, Garvin and Regal, and, well, you'll see it for yourself. You judge the fabulous Freebirds now heading for the ropes. RIch, oh, is he going to make it? Yes, he just got it.
I'm always amazed that sometimes a wrestler goes to the ropes and people yell coward and any number of defamatory type remarks. Yet at the same time, every Sunday, the quarterback runs to the sidelines and it's smart football.
That's absolutely right, I'll tell you.
Smidgen of hypocrisy here.
Now, these two men circle, and Greg Gagne, who the last few months wearing the camouflage outfits, working in, locking the legs up. Tom RIch, he's really got him wrapped up now. He got one count there.
RIch seems to have legs that are so big that I know Gagne would like to go for the Indian deathlock, but he couldn't quite get it. Head was too close to Tom RIch's hands, and of course, RIch went to the eyes.
Now, when you have somebody with the big, thicker limbs like that, is it easier to do damage that way, or easier on the more slender man?
Sometimes
sometimes
the smaller leg man has advantages and disadvantages, and likewise with the bigger leg man. So, you know, each of the different holes that apply at different times.
Now, Greg Gagne slammed down by RIch. Here's a quick one count, but he tosses RIch aside.
RIch is being too casual. I don't know if he thinks because he weighs as much as he does, he's going to have an advantage. But when he slammed Gagne there, it would have been to his advantage to get right on that man. He's looking for 3 seconds is all. If he gets there a second late and there's only a 2-second count, that other second could have been his pin.
Looking like a karate fight for a minute. Now look out! Oh, face first to that turnbuckle. You really have to have that killer instinct, don't you? Once you've got an advantage.
You have to. Look at this. This is a big man that he got up into the air.
Man, oh,
Rice has got to weigh at least around 265, 270, but Gagne, the smaller man, still got him up in the air and was able to slam him.
So we were talking about now Rice off the ropes. Gagne ready. Bam! Down it came.
Big backdrop and a drop kick.
Whoa! And Rice is down hard now.
Gagne's got a number of things that he does well, and those are the things that he's got to use, he's got to do. And he's being cautious with this man because he doesn't know him. But at the same time, he's still getting himself in a very good position. Rice seems to be very dazed and winded.
Yeah, I noticed one thing, that when Rice was down, Gagne is so... Oh, and a tremendous drop kick.
Yes,
he
sir.
really nailed him there. Here's the cover. 1, 2. Ooh, the right
almost.
Oh, that right shoulder just up. But I noticed that Greg, when he gets him down, sometimes will stand there poised, ready to see what will happen next, but he won't commit himself always unless he knows he has the upper hand. Oh!
Pile driver, but he didn't get it on him as good as he'd like to. Maybe a combination, yes.
Got him anyway.
Yes, a combination of the drop kick before, where he almost had him there. Then he went for the pile driver. It wasn't as solid a one as he would like to have gotten, but I guess it was enough to give him that 3 seconds.
Well, I guess if you can pull that quick combination on a man, it doesn't have to be picture perfect, does it? It's that combination of things. You hit him from several directions at once, and pretty soon there's not much he can do about it. Greg Gagne, their winner there, as he took care of big Tom Rice out of Baltimore. And the always speedy and talented Greg Gagne wrapping up another one. So, I'll tell you something. You see him with this big man.
He went, but still, the man, he may have been dazed enough because he barely kicked out from the fall, from the drop kicks before and the pin before. So this may have been enough. Just that little additional made the difference right there.
Greg was right on him and right ready for the pin, whatever opportunity availed itself. And there it is. And there's your winner, Greg Gagne. We'll be right back with more AWA wrestling action on ESPN in just a moment.
Monday, we'll give you a good long look at the 1985 National Women's Bodybuilding Championships here on ESPN Monday.
When your throat's really sore, Chloraseptic Spray relieves it really fast. How fast? So fast that the moment he feels relief, we'll stop this commercial.
Not 12, 11, 10, or 9, but 8.8. Announcing GMAC 8.8% financing on all new 1985 S15 pickups and Jimmys by GMC Truck. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, long bed, short bed. Every 1985 S15 pickup and Jimmy in stock. 8.8 can save you an average of $1,000 in finance charges on S15 pickups. $1,400 on S15 Jimmys. Now's the time to see your nearby GMC truck dealer, because 8.8 won't last long.
They call him the Southern Rebel, and he's always ready to fight. Wednesday, Chris Calvin returns to ESPN. You'll see Nashville's knockout artist go toe-to-toe with Greg Hagen in Top Rank Boxing's main event. Plus, the light heavyweight Western Division final, live Wednesday.
Another great match from Greg Gagne. Excellent job, Greg. I know you've got other things on your mind, namely gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Mr. Electricity Steve Regal.
We definitely do. A lot of people are looking for those two right now because they captured the World's Tag Team Championship from the Road Warriors. So Garvin and Regal, everybody wants their number. I know the Freebirds want a shot at them. The Road Warriors want them back in the ring awfully bad. Kurt Hennig, myself, and also Scott Hall, a man that either one of us can team up with, or Sarge and myself. We want Garvin and Regal. We'd like a shot at that title.
You and Kurt Hennig challenged them 2 weeks ago right here on ESPN to a match. Has there been any response to that at all?
No, they're kind of picking their opponents right now, and they don't want anybody tough. They want to hang on to those belts. But I have to comment on the match I just had here with this young man. He was a young man, been wrestling about a year now, but he's going to be a good one. He's big, strong, heavy, and I tired myself out with him. But there's a lot of big people coming into the AWA. One man they're talking about is Stan the Lariat Hansen. I know everybody's looking out for him and wants a crack at him. Also, the world's heavyweight champion, Rick Martel. And Skandar Akbar has brought the big man, the giant from Uganda, Kamala, in. So here in the AWA, the talent's the greatest, and we have our hands full, and we're looking forward to it.
And you're working your way up to a shot against Rick Martel. Well, you're there.
Yeah. I hope I'm there by now. I've been wrestling a long time in the AWA and been one of the contenders, but definitely I want a shot at Rick Martel.
And Greg Gagne deserves that shot at Rick Martel. AWA Championship Wrestling will continue after this.
What are you looking for in your new car? The grace of a new Cadillac Eldorado, the snap and flare of a new Pontiac Firebird, or the rugged versatility of a new GMC truck? You'll find a full selection of Cadillacs, Pontiacs, and GMC trucks on the Plummer lot at 1011 South Cherokee in Lodi, featuring the power of superb GM engineering. Plummer Service Department is as expert as you'll find anywhere, and our sales staff will help you choose a car or truck to best suit your needs at Plummer, Cadillac, Pontiac, and GMC trucks in Lodi.
What's up, Bunky? Your toaster just popped? You say your sprinkler system goes on every time your washer goes into its rinse cycle, and your refrigerator's responsible for brownouts as far away as Red Bluff. All this, and you bet the old man dinner for two in Paris. You could get everything fixed before the cows came home? Well, lighten up, Bunky. Ekstrom's is here with everything you need for simple electrical repairs around the house, and for tougher ones, too. They'll show you how to get it right. Ekstrom's in Lodi.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is a one-fall event. Introducing in the corner to my left, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 243 pounds, Mike Gola. And wrestling fans, his opponent from Borger, Texas, weighing 300...
Whoa, and here he goes, right off the bat, stand the lariat Hansen. You heard what he said to Gary Capetta, holding his cowboy hat in his hand. He launches a full blast attack on Big Mike Gola, and what a crunch of an elbow that was. Stand the lariat Hansen, Dick Bockwinkel, doesn't want to waste time with the pleasantries. He wants to come in and start meting out the punishment right away. I do not know what exactly it is that drives this man, but it drives him hard.
Yes, it does. And it's got to be a lot more than just the sport. I've almost got to say it's got to be a lot more than just money. Here's one Texan that when people make jokes about Texas being big and being mouthy, but this man has got a Texas-sized body and a Texas-sized method, it seems like, of wanting to do things to get them done. And Gola from the, I'm not even sure there was a bell.
He's on top of the bell at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment.
I don't think it ever sounded.
He just is taking and putting the boots to this man, as the expression in the sport goes. He's working on that shoulder right now, and that's unusual. This is the first yelling something. I don't know what it is, but he's really using the ropes for leverage, which is really tough on both the shoulder.
Blood now in the mouth of Mike Gola, and that was, he went sailing right down on top of the ring table. Look out! Turnbuckle, face first mark for Gola. And Stan the Lariat Hansen goes stomping.
All right, he's working on that arm again. Finesse might not be his strong point, but if you talk about driving force and the desire to get something done and being big enough to do it, then you're going to have to say that Stan the Lariat Hansen is the man.
Whoa, there was a thudding crunch of a knee.
That's 320 pounds coming right across the chest.
Complained to referee Tom Fernini, grabbing the hair. Whoa, what a shot. I mean, look at this man.
You can hear it right from where we're at, boy. I'm telling you, those huge forearms. He's working on that arm. He's really pulling on that shoulder.
And driving the face of Mike Gola right into the mat.
Fight, boy! Come on, boy, fight it! He's
Well, you hear him. You hear him.
Telling him to fight, and he's just stomping on that shoulder and on that arm.
Boy, I'll tell you something. You know, some people wrestle for fame, some wrestle for money. You yourself have called it a very egotistical sport. Here's a guy who just likes to fight, I have a feeling.
Yeah, I've got that feeling myself. The man is just, he's downright nasty. And I'm not even sure he cares about wrestling as much as he does just beating up on people.
Man, oh man, it's what they said about the Road Warriors when they first came in, and I'm not sure they weren't right, but look at this, just raw, destructive power. The big Texan from Borger, Texas.
Actually, he's got a wrist lock, something that I guess is quite anomalous to Mr. Hansen. But at the same time, I guess it's the first time that anybody is starting to see any wrestling skills or ability that he has.
That's a good point. You know, so far it's been just yelling and stomping and beating up on people.
Well, the thing is, if he has got great wrestling ability, or even some wrestling ability, with the power and the determination that he seems to be demonstrating, he's a very formidable force.
And he's just absolutely ruining. Look at this, rocking back and forth with that knee. Look at this. Right on the crook of the elbow.
Now it's the wrist, then it's the elbow.
Oh, you know, everything from the neck down on Mike Gola has to be absolutely done by now.
Well, I think Gola's had a few of the lights out since the match began. Hasn't really recovered enough. Why? At this point...
Oh! What a torpedo of an elbow! And he's not ready to quit yet.
He's saying, no. He's going to do it his way.
You heard it. You hear him arguing with the referee. Oh, boy, does he mete out some shots, too.
He's still working on that shoulder. I don't know. I've got a feeling that he wants to just make this guy suffer.
You got it. Look at him. Look at him. There's no need to... He doesn't need to do this to pin Gola. He had Gola.
He's given up.
That's it.
That's it. It's a submission fall.
Now
that's a far cry.
Oh. Now they got to try and break him, and finally they do. Get Hansen off of there. Oh, my.
Well, everybody's accused him up to now of not really having that much great wrestling skill or ability. Yet here tonight, he makes the man submit, which is probably as strongest way as you can go if you want to beat somebody. Pinning him means you've stunned him. Making him give up means you've tortured him and you've hurt him, and he's jerking on that like he wants to pull a piece of beef out of the side of an animal.
And you know, from the beginning to the end, he's working on that left arm, shoulder, elbow, and wrist of Mike Gola. And right at the end,
see it.
He's still got him hung up, and now the match is over. That's referee Tom Fernini trying to make Hansen break the hold. Oh, man.
That is a big mammoth man.
Where is the man, animal, or machine that is going to stop Stan the Lariat Hansen? We'll be back.
Honeycomb, won't you be my baby? Well, honeycomb, be my own.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Rogers, and a few years ago, I recorded Honeycomb, and it became an international hit, along with a few others like this one.
Because she had kisses sweeter than wine.
Between the years of 1957 and 1967, Jimmy Rogers became one of America's most popular entertainers. Jimmy hit Billboard's Hot 100 25 times, selling over 30 million records, with songs like...
Oh, well, I'm falling in love again. World I used to know.
Honey Hits. This is the first time that I've ever offered a collection like this, and I hope that you folks enjoy it as much as I have.
You can't get Honey Hits or any of the 16 songs anywhere unless you call this toll-free number.
MasterCard and Visa orders, call toll-free 1-800-331-2000 or send only $9.98 plus $2 shipping and handling to Honey Hits, Box 2838, Grand Central Station, New York, New York.
When you've got your body going, we've got the shoes. Foot Locker, get it right for your body. For the shoes that fit your body, come to the stripes. Foot Locker, get it right for your body. Get fit by the pros, the expert who knows the shoes that are best
for people who are serious.
Get it right for your body, come to the stripes. Foot Locker, come to the stripes.
Brighten your colors, sharpen your sound with high-tech components designed to astound. Fine-tune your life with Emerson. Amazing new features, the ultimate prize. Step into the future, we'll open your eyes. Fine-tune your life. Emerson feels so right. Emerson, fine-tune your life with Emerson.
ESPN's Thursday night college football special could be a quarterback draw between San Jose State and Cal State Long Beach, live Thursday.
He's been suspended and he's been fined, and now he is back, and it doesn't look like his attitude has changed at all. Stan the Lariat Hansen. You know, one thing that really irks me is these snot-nosed kids around here that have no respect for their elders. Why, at home, I whip my little 8-year-old boy with the big weightlifting belt if he even looks at me cross-eyed. Well, that's the type of respect I'm going to teach each and every one. of these wrestlers in the AWA. Rick Martel, I'm in sick and tired of standing out here week after week. You paying off the AWA to suspend me one week, find me the next week. Hey, brother, I'm right here. The man from Texas is here. Where is everybody? Where are they? I don't know. Where are they? I don't know. I get tired of it. You know, it's a conspiracy, but Stan Hansen in the bail. I ain't running from no fat boy, no skinny boy, no bald-up musclehead. I'm from Texas, and I've been holding that road for a long time. Come on, somebody get in the ring with me.
Stan the Lariat Hansen issuing a blanket challenge to anybody and everybody in the AWA. And they're not hiding from him. But you got to admit that he is a force to be dealt with, and so far, no one, nowhere, has been able to stop him. We'll be right back.
Listen closely, my friends, to this tale of international commerce, intrigue, and diamonds. A spectacular, multifaceted, genuine diamond ring. The diamond surrounded by 6 genuine dialites and set in pure 14-karat layered gold. Genuine diamond earrings, multifaceted, genuine diamonds, also surrounded by sparkling dialites and set in pure 14-karat layered gold. You can have both the ring and the earrings for only $19.95. Schreiber and Moore Jewelers purchased an enormous shipment in the Orient at tremendous discount. So now you can have both for only $19.95. And
if you pay by check or credit card, you'll get free this matching pendant. It's free if you order by check or credit card.
Call 1-800-852-5555 to get a free pendant and chain, plus save COD charges, use your credit card, or send $19.95 plus $205 shipping and handling to Diamond Offer, Box 2838, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. Please specify ring size.
Everyone knows the women in Playboy are absolutely smashing. But Playboy also brings you great sports features like our college basketball preview, full-court press interviews with top names in sports, along with singing slap shots at some prime sports targets by Dan Jenkins, plus Playboy's inimitable mix of wit, wisdom, and entertainment. For the man who wants great sports and a whole lot more, Playboy has it all. This month's giant holiday issue features Barbie Benton in a spectacular 12-page pictorial on newsstands now.
Pro Hardware's ready for a great Pro sale. Pro is bargains and Pro is advice. Pro is service and Pro's a great price. Pro is value with savings like these. A Vermont American all-purpose toolbox is Pro priced at just $9.99. This Miro 12-inch chef-style covered saute pan is Pro priced at only $11.88. And this Quickset Bel Air entry lock set is Pro priced at a bargain $10.88. Come to the great Pro Hardware sale now for
Pro advice was a real good price.
See the yellow pages for your participating Pro Hardware dealer.
The AWA takes the greatest wrestlers in the world on tour November 6th at Mankato, Minnesota at Mankato State University. The Battle Royal with Big Scott Hall and the Freebirds. November 6th in Long Island, New York. Rick Martel and Nick Bockwinkel on the card. November 7th at Rice Lake, Wisconsin at St. Joseph High School. A Battle Royal with the Long Riders and Big Jerry Blackwell. November 9th, we're in Plano, Illinois. A Battle Royal involving Scott Hall, Larry Zybszko, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and many more. November 10th at Watoma, Wisconsin, the Battle Royal with the Freebirds, Steve Regal and Buck Rock and Roll Zumhoff. November 15th, Super Clash 85 comes to Denver at the Auditorium with the Road Warriors, the Freebirds, Stan Hansen, and Denver's own Greg Boyd. Then November 17th in Green Bay at Brown County Arena, Nick Bockwinkel, Larry Zybszko, and the Freebirds. November 18th at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake, the Road Warriors, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, Greg Gagne, and the Freebirds. Get tickets now.
The hottest car deals in the Stockton-Lodi region can be found at Stockton Nissan, North Wilson Way at the dealing end of town. We are burning up all sales records. Never in our 12-year history have we sold more cars to more satisfied customers than right now. We price them right, our terms, our financing is right, and we service well what we sell. We do everything the right way at the dealing end of town. Our customers tell us so. Before you buy any Nissan car or truck anywhere at any price, see us, Stockton Nissan, North Wilson Way, or you may pay too much.
Hi, I'm Tony Caprio for the Bank of Lodi Instant Telecard.
Did you know that your instant teller card is good in over 100 cities of the western United States? Whether I'm in San Diego visiting my family, doing business in old Sacramento, or even in my own backyard, Bank of Lodi instant teller card is easy and convenient. Member FDIC.
At India at 200 miles an hour just isn't a whole lot of fun. Believe me, I wore a seatbelt that day, and I wore a seatbelt when I had a really dangerous job, driving a New York City cab. And I wear a seatbelt even when I'm just cruising around town. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. Seatbelts keep you where you belong, in the car. It's your life, so smarten up, buckle up.
Smart advice from the United States Department of Transportation.
Fall event. Introducing in the ring, hailing from Appleton, Minnesota. He weighs 248 pounds. He is the former United States Olympian and coach of the United States Greco-Roman wrestling team, Brad Rheingans. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent for this match from Siberia, weighing 275 pounds, Boris Zhukov. And now down to Doug McLeod and Nick Bockwinkel.
All right, Gary, well, here we go with a classic East meets West summit meeting in the ring, if you want to call it that, Nick Bockwinkel. And I'll tell you something, there's a lot more at stake than just one wrestling match between these two whenever they get going. Now, Brad Rheingans, as you can see, is very anxious to get right at the big Russian Boris Zhukov, who's coming out there wearing not only his Russian colors and chain, but he's got his chain with him there and his leathers, and my goodness, I'll tell you something. Brad Rheingans very much wants to make a decisive showing against the big Russian.
Absolutely. There are a number of Russians who have invaded the United States. Kolovs, Zukov here. And this is they're all big, powerful men, every one of them. And they're all fierce competitors. And there's nothing that Zukov would like to do better than to get a victory right here on ESPN for the whole country to see it. And of course, since we're on satellite, needless to say, other parts of the world can pick it up.
Yeah, don't tell me that they don't have a way of picking this up in some official quarters in the Soviet Union. Oh, look at this. Rheingans doing a little surgery on the big Russian Boris Zhukov.
You don't think you've got two men in here. One's about 245, the other's around 265. And, boy, those were quick, crisp moves on Brad Rheingans' part. I guess I will wind up being a little bit prejudiced here, even though I've had to step into the ring with Brad Rheingans myself in the past.
Now they go back and forth they go. Reversal follows reversal.
Look at an exchange.
That time Brad got a little shot in and was able to keep on the hold. Both these men with distinguished amateur records before turning professional. Brad Rheingans, of course, well familiar to wrestling fans, coach of the Greco-Roman team. International champion, big slam by Zukov, high school and collegiate champ. Oh, he missed the elbow. Rheingans is so sharp.
You'll notice Rheingans, when he takes them men over in that arm drag, he comes in close to their body. He really makes sure he's got them hooked because he wraps his arm around the upper part of their arm. He slips right into their armpit, which a lot of this comes from the amateur wrestling, where he wants to stay close inside his man, especially in the Greco-Roman, where you're right inside, where you've got the leverage and you can really push or pull, whichever you want.
I was going to say, you've really got yourself in a commanding leverage position that way, and it's hard to slip out of it.
Exactly.
Look at this now. Got a count of one, but it's going to take a lot more than that to put away Boris Zhukov. Very precarious position for Rheingans. Look out, he got two. Whoa, and he nearly got pinned.
Tights, you can see where he's got his hands on the tights. He's using them, the referees on the other side.
Dick Worley, he caught him right there red-handed. Caught him red-handed. I didn't catch it at first, but obviously something had to have happened to get Brad Rheingans out of that commanding position he was in.
Brad has got he's got almost a form of a figure four, an arm bar, all in one. Now he's in an advantageous position because he's got Zukov on his stomach. Before, he allowed too much mobility to Zukov, and Zukov was able to get him up and then grab the tights and almost catch a pin on him because Brad, I don't think, even realized that he was going to be able to grab the trunks.
You saw a great tight shot there of how that all came about, and now Zukov pounding away on Rheingans. Side to side. Look at that sunset flip, and he got him 1, 2. He nearly got him. Was that beautiful? We've seen Rheingans do that before, fast as lightning.
Some moves come quick and crisp, and sometimes it's the crispness of a move and the speed.
Well, Brad Rheingans taking some punishment now. He has certainly served notice by his actions, though, that if you put him on the ropes, you do so at your peril. Now Zukov. Oh, corner to corner. Oh, that boy hit the big pipe that holds up the ring.
I don't care how big and how strong the Russian is, the pipe doesn't move. We're looking at a 4-inch by 4-inch square post.
Solid steel, folks, no question about it. And he hit that at full throttle. And Rheingans now using that same shoulder that made contact with the ring post. Right up under the armpit. You bet he'll take advantage of it. ESPN and the Major League of Professional Wrestling, the AWA. Later on, what a battle. The change in hands of the tag team belts. The Road Warriors, Jimmy Garvin and Steve Regal. Don't miss it. It's coming up later in our broadcast. Now you see a great shot there of what is transpiring between Rheingans and Zukov and how he was trying to handle that. It didn't work.
No, it didn't. Rheingans allowed him to get in too close, and didn't keep the arm down and way in front of him, and was able to get a big knee right into the midsection. There he has him dazed now, put a big boot into the chest.
That's one thing about Rheingans, and again, maybe it goes back to his amateur standing, or maybe it's just personal preference. He likes that real close quarter work.
Sometimes it works to his advantage, as we explained earlier. Other times it can be disadvantageous.
Now Zukov, Rheingans high, right on the top rope, right on the throat.
Using that top rope the same as a clothesline. Even more devastating because it's so narrow.
And it can burn you, and it can tear you, and it can rip you. Face first to the turnbuckles. Brad Rheingans, the red, white, and blue clad American Olympic and amateur hero, who has made such a great name as a pro. Takes a devastating elbow from the punishing Russian Zukov. Quick 2.
Ooh. Probably one of the most inspiring moments in the Olympics last year was when our heavyweight Greco-Roman man won the heavyweight championship, won the gold medal, and ran over as a small package. Brad Rheingans, as badly as he's dazed, as badly as he's winded, he was able to sneak a small package in there, and this is the thing to be able to do. You've got to have that resilience to come back regardless of what's been done to you, and come up with some surprise.
You're talking about Jeff Blatnick there a few moments ago.
Jeff Blatnick came off the mat after winning that, went over, and the first person's arms that he jumped into were Brad Rheingans, his coach.
That was one of the great moments in amateur sport right there. Rheingans now roughly handled by Zukov. And a big boot. A big boot.
2 minutes left in this match.
Now Rheingans.
2 minutes.
Both wrestlers a little dazed. Look at that. Rheingans and Zukov to the ropes. Look out, everybody. What a torpedo.
Right to the midsection, and he's gotten back. He's got himself going again, and the people are chanting for him.
Corner to corner, up and over. Look at this. Brad Rheingans with all guns blazing, closing in on Zukov.
Going for a big suplex, I'm sure.
Got him.
Look at it.
Look at that. With the big man, Boris Zhukov.
He maybe should have tried to pin him. He almost had the Russian right there. The Russian didn't move too fast or get up. Brad's going to have to hurry. We're running short on time.
Rheingans, who is a bit winded himself, on the ropes.
He took too long.
And now the knee, and this is a sore point. I don't mean any pun intended with Brad Rheingans. He has had some terrible knee injuries.
He has had knee trouble, and it's all, we felt it, it's all healed, but now the Russian's going to take advantage of it.
That won't last long if this keeps up. Brad had him, but I think he just too winded now, smashed to the turnbuckles.
Right in the turnbuckle, hanging him upside down above us.
Rheingans impaled on the ropes, and Zukov stomping. There goes Dick Worley,
the Russian, his enthusiasm to get the job done.
That's it.
Going to wind up getting disqualified.
That's it. Zukov has been disqualified, but he won't stop the match. Now he's still working on Rheingans. The bell. You saw what he did to referee Dick Worley in a parting shot. Now look out, Brad Rheingans. Look out, Brad. Here's Zukov on the ropes. Oh, no, with those Russian Army boots. Oh! 20 feet high and down onto the bad knee of Rag. Oh, somebody's got to stop this.
I've had 2 knee operations. I know what Brad Rheingans could very possibly be going through.
Look out, here comes Sgt Slaughter. Here comes the Sarge. Sgt Slaughter to the rescue, and there goes Zukov. Oh, Sgt Slaughter, an electrifying turn of events out of nowhere.
Sgt Slaughter and Zukov have had their problems in the past.
You know,
I'm sure he was watching.
You know that any time the Russians in action, somewhere out on the lip of the crowd, Sgt Slaughter is going to be watching. Zukov disqualified. Oh, and Brad Rheingans in terrible pain right in the center of the ring. Oh, and here's how it all started.
It looks like when he moved, he tried to change one knee to the other. And trying to make a change while you're in midair is almost devastating to you. The Russian moved, and I hate to say it, I've got a feeling Brad could possibly be really hurt, especially the way the Russian went to work on him after him.
Oh, we can only hope for the best, and look out. There are a lot of people who are going to watch some of the big Russian. We'll be back as the action continues.
They're America's best, America's Beach Boys.
I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be.
Now, all 18 of their greatest hits are on one album, The Beach Boys Forever.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, good.
This is the first time you can get all their hits on one record.
Ba, 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 ba,
Everybody loves the Beach Boys.
Tell me, Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart, and she'll have fun, fun, fun.
Remember, you can't buy this special album in any store. Stay tuned to order right now.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-344-1010. Or to save all COD and handling charges and pay only $8.98 for the album, $9.98 for the tape. Send check or money order to Beach Boys. P.O. Box 2880-Z, Grand Central Station, New York, New York.
If you just ask for a light beer,
I'll have a light.
You never know what you'll get.
That's me, packing the car. Best vacation ever. Here's Rock City, Texas, L.A., all in 3 days.
Bud Light.
Here I am in Death Valley. That's me, looking for
So
water.
if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste,
Wait, there's more.
ask for Bud Light, because everything else
Give me a light.
is just a light.
That's me, packing the car. Best vacation.
When night falls, the stars begin to shine on America's greatest nighttime sport, harness racing. Join the millions who know a sure thing when they see it. They know that harness racing has it all. The color, the action, and the high-powered excitement happening in prime time. You'll enjoy it in beautiful surroundings, watching the trotters and pacers race to the winner's circle. Be part of it and cheer for the stars when they come out at a harness track near you.
Sunday, check out 2 of the NHL's best teams live. Minnesota battles Boston. ESPN scores again. Live Sunday.
Well, there you see what happened. Boris Zhukov, the big Russian, coming down on Brad Rheingans. We believe it is the knee. Everybody knows how sensitive the knee area is. Trying to work on Brad to find out exactly what damage has been done. Thank God for Sgt Slaughter coming out here to save the mission. Sarge.
I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but it looks like he's going to have a pretty bad leg there. Looks like the cartilage or the ligaments out on his knee.
Everybody knows in any sport how fragile the knee is, and when someone comes off the top rope down on it after what he did already, we have no idea at all the condition.
No, I don't know. The doctor's going to have to look at him, but I'm just sick and tired. All the wrestlers are sick and tired. He was out there trying to beat the Russian fair and square, and you see what happens. You can't fight fair and square with a Russian or a Sheik or a terrorist. You can't fight fair. You got to fight tooth and nail. I'll tell you what, I'm tired of it. Like I said here the last time I was on this air, I'm challenging anybody out there, Russian, doesn't matter if they're from the Far East or the Middle East, I'll wrestle you. If you want to go through America, you're going to have to go through Sgt Slaughter first. You're always having somebody jump into the ring interfering on matches. It's happened to me many times. Right here on ESPN it's happened, where the Russians attacked me. The Freebirds are always jumping in somebody's matches. That's how the Road Warriors lost their match and lost their titles. So it's time to put a stop to it. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to get them all in the ring at one time. That's what we should do. Get the Russians and the Freebirds all in the ring at the same time and just have it out. That way you never have to look over your shoulder for somebody to interfere. What do you think? We have a match with all 6 of them in the ring at the same time, yeah. That's what I like to do.
Sgt Slaughter wants all of them at once. We'll try to get more word on the condition of Brad Rheingans.
Yo.
Every Saturday night in November on ESPN, tune in the best in college football for a chance to win the best in sports car driving, the magnificent Porsche 944 Turbo. And that's just one of over 1,500 prizes, including Sony home entertainment centers, ESPN jackets, and ESPN sports bags. You get not one, but 5 chances to win. One during each of ESPN's live Saturday night CFA games in November. All you do is write on a card the names of the teams, halftime score, and your name and address. Every game you watch is a chance to win, up to 5 chances in all. Mail your cards to ESPN, Box 1665, Ridgely, Maryland, 21683. That's ESPN, Box 1665, Ridgely, Maryland, 21683. Be sure we receive your cards by December 20th. And remember, every Saturday night in November, watching the best can win you the best on ESPN.
Saturday, Florida State plays South Carolina in our live CFA Game of the Week. The Seminoles passing game is their ticket to victory, and if they win, they'll stay in the top 10. But they'll have to beat the Gamecocks' destructive defense. Live Saturday.
Welcome to In This Corner, hosted by the living legend, Larry Zybszko. I'm Larry Nelson. The guests this week, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and light heavyweight champion, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal. And, of course, Precious will be here. These men are the new tag team champions of the world. And later on tonight, you will see the match from the Civic Center in St. Paul, where Garvin and Regal defeated the Road Warriors in one of the biggest upsets in the history of professional wrestling to win those belts. You and I both know. The match doesn't show it. But you and I know that interference by Michael Hayes got the title for him.
Save it. The tapes don't show anything. After the achievement of these two men, I had to have them on my segment again. They shocked the wrestling world. They proved the Road Warriors to be a couple of crybabies with only the brains of Paul Ellering behind them. They've showed that superior wrestling ability and intellect wins matches and not brawn. Right now, we're going to take a look at Steve Regal, Jimmy Garvin, and his valet, Precious.
Here they are, the new World Tag Team Champions. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, Mr. Electricity Light Heavyweight Champion Steve Regal, and of course Precious is here. You are the Tag Team Champions of the world. That is an incredible honor. Now, I want to know about your plan. When you went into that ring, you said that you had a plan to win it. Was that plan interference by the Freebirds?
Well, let me set all the rumors straight and get the information and the facts correct right now, Larry Nelson. Our plan was not even put into motion. We did not even have to use our plan to beat the Road Warriors. The Freebirds are not part of our plan. We have no control over them. All we hear from them is when they call us crying, wanting a title shot. Now, the Road Warriors, they seem to be anxious to get beat up again. Hey, all these phone calls, I mean, these guys got to wait their turn. The Road Warriors are down at the bottom of the list.
We're busy people.
We're busy champions. Isn't that right, Gorgeous?
That's right.
Hey,
you know, you have to give them the credit that's due. They went in against the Road Warriors, the team that everybody thinks is so awesome because they're big. But the reality is that intelligence and ability is what wins championship matches, and not just being a big dummy.
Very well said, Larry. You know, I like to say, that's right. There's a lot of teams that win against them World Warriors, and they fell by the wayside. The fabulous ones, the Russians, anybody that we can think of, everybody fell by the way except the greatest team in the world today, and that's Mr. Electricity and Gorgeous Jimmy with Precious alongside.
I know what it feels like, and now I know that you people do. I heard about the party in Los Angeles, and you have to answer me this question and maybe enlighten some of the ignorant. How does it feel when the world's against you and they're shooting off their mouths and they're, you know, booing you when you walk in the ring and they're not behind you and you take it and you turn it all around and you make them eat their words and shove it right down there?
We really don't care how they feel because we're on top of the world at all times.
Absolutely.
I mean, we are the World Tag Team Champions, and I know the people out there realize, of course we realize, that this means a lot of money to us. And money makes us happy. I know it makes Mr. Electricity and Precious happy.
Well, you spent a lot of money on that party.
Oh, didn't we, though? I tell you what, when you have friends like Huey Lewis and Tina Turner and the Pointer Sisters were there, there were so many people around. But now, we never party before our matches. We always party after our matches.
Right.
After we win, we go and have probably the greatest parties in professional wrestling today.
Now, as I understand it, Precious, you have...
Don't point at the screen.
I'm sorry.
No, respect these Northerners.
All I want to do is ask one question. As I understand it, you have taken over the bookings for these gentlemen.
Right. I'm talking to promoters in Japan. I'm talking to promoters in New Zealand, Europe, all over the world.
Money for
it's world champions. That's right.
We're busy.
And every match has to come through me.
That's right. You know, it's busy being the heavyweight champions of the world. And I want to congratulate you officially and just leave you with this one thought.
Okay.
What are the poor people doing today?
We are going to see
the
great match where these two gentlemen won the World Championship from the Road Warriors. That's coming up tonight on ESPN.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm 11 years old.
I'm Matt. I'm 11 too.
Last year in school, we learned how to vote.
But we're too young to vote. You aren't.
So please set a good example. Get out and vote today.
For us.
The hottest car deals in the Stockton-Lodi region can be found at Stockton Nissan, North Wilson Way at the dealing end of town. We are burning up all sales records. Never in our 12-year history have we sold more cars to more satisfied customers than right now. We price them right, our terms, our financing is right, and we service well what we sell. We do everything the right way at the dealing end of town. Our customers tell us so. Before you buy any Nissan car or truck anywhere at any price, see us, Stockton Nissan, North Wilson Way, or you may pay too much.
The greatest wrestlers in the world on tour November 6th at Mankato, Minnesota at Mankato State University. The Battle Royal with Big Scott Hall and the Freebirds. November 6th in Long Island, New York. Rick Martel and Nick Bockwinkel on the card. November 7th at Rice Lake, Wisconsin at St. Joseph High School. A Battle Royal with the Long Riders and Big Jerry Blackwell. November 9th, we're in Plano, Illinois. A Battle Royal involving Scott Hall, Larry Zybszko, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and many more. November 10th at Watoma, Wisconsin. The Battle Royal with the Freebirds, Steve Regal and Buck Rock and Roll Zumhoff. November 15th, Super Clash 85 comes to Denver at the Auditorium with the Road Warriors, the Freebirds, Stan Hansen, and Denver's own Greg Boyd. Then November 17th in Green Bay at Brown County Arena, Nick Bockwinkel, Larry Zybszko, and the Freebirds. November 18th at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake, the Road Warriors, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, Greg Gagne, and the Freebirds. Get tickets now.
We are still trying to find out more about the condition of Brad Rheingans. No final word yet. As soon as we know something, you'll know something. All I can tell you right now is they have taken the young man to the hospital, and he is hurt. Right now, let's go to our Mac Classic. This is May 22nd, 1983, the Met Center in Minneapolis. It is Wahoo McDaniel and Rick Martel against Nick Bockwinkel and Blackjack Lanza. If Wahoo McDaniel and Martel can win this bout, Wahoo gets Nick for the title. Let's go to the match.
Tag off here. Blackjack Lanza and Bockwinkel did tag off, and now they're both working on Ricky Martel. Martel's advantage is gone by the wayside. Martel off the ropes and is cartwheeled by the tremendous knee lift to the midsection by the champion Bockwinkel. See what Bockwinkel has in store this time. Will he try it again? He does it again. Martel is whipped through the air and a complete somersault. That body vice here by Nick Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel, tremendously strong legs. And now choked by Bockwinkel as Steve Olsenowski is distracted by Blackjack Lanza. Olsenowski instructing Lanza to stay in the corner where you belong. He may just as well be talking to the wall. The body scissors still on by Bockwinkel. Here is a tag off to Blackjack Lanza. These two guys work well together. Their teamwork excellent, not having been together all that long. Lanza is in and doing the damage on Ricky Martel. A fist to the midsection, to the solar plexus. And the brainbuster. The brainbuster here by Blackjack Lanza, which is a submission hold in itself. But Ricky Martel makes it to the ropes, and Lanza will be forced to break the hold. All this time, the referee, Olsenowski, is being distracted, and Nick Bockwinkel does some dirty work on the young man from Quebec City, Canada, who is in trouble, and that's putting it mildly. Great athlete that he is, fights back, Ricky Martel. But Blackjack Lanza had the advantage. Okay, into the ropes again, and this time it is Ricky Martel who does in Blackjack Lanza with a boot to the midsection. But Lanza now drags Martel across the ring and into the knee of Nick Bockwinkel and makes a tag off in the process. Martel needs help. Wahoo McDaniel has got to come in pretty quickly or else this one may be over. But Martel is on the opposite side of the ring. Blackjack Lanza using the tag rope on Ricky Martel. Again into the turnbuckle. Nick Bockwinkel is actually holding on to Steve Olsenowski. And Wahoo McDaniel couldn't handle it anymore. He came in, he is chased, and now both Bockwinkel and Blackjack Lanza are ripping into Ricky Martel, who may have nothing left. Bockwinkel covers him. A count of one, a count of two, and right before three, he flail kicks out. Bockwinkel drives the throat into the top rope. Again, the cover, and McDaniel comes in and throws him off. McDaniel's going to have to get into this match very, very quickly, or he may not be in it at all. Again, it's both Blackjack Lanza and Bockwinkel working over Martel, who just won't quit. He will not give up. Across the ring he comes, ducks under a swing, and then comes back and rifles a forearm to Blackjack Lanza himself. Lanza grabs a hold of him, however, before he can get to Wahoo McDaniel. Again, the brainbuster. Blackjack Lanza again applying the brainbuster on Ricky Martel. This is a submission hold. Wahoo McDaniel comes around the post trying to get in position for a tag-off with his wounded partner. Martel somehow turns the tables on Blackjack Lanza, and he makes the tag. Here is Wahoo McDaniel. The heel throw. He is showing absolutely no mercy. The tomahawk. In comes Bockwinkel. Oh, what a smash! And another one to Bockwinkel. This may be Wahoo McDaniel's finest hour. Here comes the atomic drop. Bockwinkel is down. McDaniel for the cover. He gets a count of 2. An Irish whip across the ring. Again, the throat smash. And again, Blackjack Lanza into the ring. Also Martel. All 4 of them are in the ring now. Steve Olsonowski is counting on those 2. Look out, they come to the center of the ring, but it's Bockwinkel and Blackjack Lanza who collide, and both go down. Bockwinkel goes out of the ring, and McDaniel goes after him, and he is also after Bobby the Brain Heenan as Martel hammers away on Blackjack Lanza in the ring. You see Wahoo McDaniel and Bobby Heenan and Bockwinkel outside of the ring. McDaniel has driven Bockwinkel into the ring post, and he has thrown Bockwinkel back into the ring. Martel has thrown back Blackjack Lanza out. Wahoo McDaniel continues on the warpath with Nick Bockwinkel. Irish whips him across the ring and into Blackjack Lanza. It's Trouble City for Nick Bockwinkel. The warpath dance. The tomahawk. Down goes the champion. Irish whip across the ring. A smash to the throat. A cover after the elbow smash. 1, 2, 3. He has it. Wahoo McDaniel has pinned Nick Bockwinkel and has earned himself a chance at the AWA World Heavyweight Champion one-on-one. What devastating smashes to the throat and tomahawk by the man from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Wahoo McDaniel.
You saw it, Wahoo McDaniel and Rick Martel defeating at that time world champion Nick Bockwinkel and Blackjack Lanza. That means Wahoo McDaniel got a shot at Bockwinkel for the title. You will see that match as our Matt Classic next week right here on ESPN. Coming up next, the Road Warriors against gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Steve Regal for the tag team title. It was a war in St. Paul. We've got that for you after this. Civic Center in St. Paul. The Road Warriors lost the tag team championship of the world that night to gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and light heavyweight champion Steve Regal. They got a little bit of help, and I'll give you a hint. This whole battle started from the match that you saw last week between the Road Warriors and the Freebirds. Keep that in mind as you watch this serious battle, and also keep in mind that this war isn't over yet.
It's amazing that the war has not broken out already. They are in the ring. And maybe the only reason that it has not is that Precious, as you see, is there with her spray can and pointing an ominous finger at Paul Ellering. Precious in his own right, looking with total disdain on the valet of the combination of Steve Regal and, of course, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Regal has just been introduced by ring announcer Dick Jankowski. You see the sequined outfits. Garvin in gold, Regal in blue. They're just about jumping out of their own skins. The Road Warriors we talk about.
A combined weight, 567 pounds. The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors,
The crowd loves them. The Animal and the Hawk.
This is a one-fall, 60-minute time limit, and the referee, Mighty Miller, for the Tag Team Championship.
It's for the Tag Team Championship of the World. A championship that the Road Warriors captured May 13th, 1984. Correction. August 25th, 1984. August 25th in Las Vegas as they defeated the Crusher and the Baron. The Tag Team Champions of the World. And look at Precious trying to do a number on the Hawk. I am sure that they have been schooled and warned by their manager. They have been together for approximately 2.5 years. The manager, Precious Paul Ellering, is who I refer to. Ellering exits the ring. It looks like it will be the Hawk starting off for the champions and Jimmy Garvin for the challengers. Garvin and Steve Regal feel that they are the uncrowned champions, in that a match which was scheduled a month ago between them and the Road Warriors, the Warriors could not make it because of flight connections which kept them out of the area. But they continue to hold the belts, and if indeed Regal and Garvin are going to take them, they're going to have to take them in the ring. And they say they have a special plan. You and I will watch it together. The Hawk and Jimmy Garvin. The champions, tremendously conditioned athletes. Combined weight, 567 pounds. 457, the combined weight of Garvin and Regal. Again, the hookup. The Hawk and Garvin. And look at that. And look at that. Oh, an elbow smashed by the Animal from outside the ring as Garvin ventured into territory where he should not be. Ooh, a knee left to the midsection twice. Didn't seem to faze the Hawk at all, did it? Says the Hawk to the Garvin. Referee is Marty Miller. He has a tough job indeed, but certainly one of the best, if not the very best of his kind, anywhere in the world. And he is in and part of the AWA. Uh-oh, now it's 2 against 1. Regal tying up the Hawk from outside the ring, and Garvin working him over inside the ring. Marty Miller tells Regal to get away. Meanwhile, Garvin is working over the face of the Hawk. And in now comes Regal. And he goes to work. And the Hawk fires back on both of them, saying, stick around, fellas. This is what happens. The AWA, synonymous with the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the NBA championships, the World Series, the AWA, the home of professional wrestling's top talent. The Animal is now tagged in. And he has a few words to say to Precious, who responds in kind. Garvin is still in there for the combination of Garvin and Regal. Side headlock here by the Animal. The Animal weighs 292 pounds. The Hawk 275. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin in there, 235 pounds. Regal 222. The Animal continuing to put the pressure on. Jimmy Garvin continues to hold on to Garvin. These two may have bitten off more than they can chew, meaning Regal and Garvin. The Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, the tag team champions of the world. Justifiably so, and look at that. There is a tag off, but Regal comes in and is immediately in the same vice grip that Garvin was in. Solid bone and muscle by the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. And the Animal is applying the pressure to the light heavyweight champion of the world. There's a hard right hand. Didn't do a heck of a lot of damage. Look at that. Regal bounces off like water off a duck's back. He tried to put a shoulder block on the Animal as he came like a slingshot off the ropes. And you saw what happened. The Animal with a 70-pound weight advantage over Steve Regal. Regal and Garvin, of course, recall what happened between Michael Spinks and Larry Holmes. But the one thing that they do not say or talk about is the fact that Holmes was on his way out and had nothing but trouble in his last few matches, just barely able to win his last few matches. Here, the champions, the Road Warriors, may not even have reached their peak or prime as of yet. The Animal, seeming like he is toying with Steve Regal, putting a tremendous amount of pressure with that side headlock on the light heavyweight champion. Regal hanging on. It's the Florida connection. Regal out of Fort Lauderdale. Garvin out of Tampa. Ho, ho, ho. Regal tried to get a boot to the midsection of the Animal. The Animal was about a step and a half and a second and a half ahead of him. 60-minute time limit in this match. The Hawk now in. Drills Regal with a right hand to the solar plexus. And now Regal rakes the eyes of the Hawk. And that does disturb him more than just a little bit. A shot to the side of the head. And again, Regal going to work on the eyes. Now right hand and a left hand. Back to the eyes again. That's about the only damage that they have been able to do. But really, did they do much, if any? Oh! What an elbow shot from the Hawk. And a hard right hand from the Hawk. Again, the right hand to the side of the head. A knee lift. Regal has got to be seeing stars for sure. But up he does come. And he does tag off to Jimmy Garvin, and he hangs on to the Hawk. And Garvin goes to work from behind, choking the Hawk with the tag rope. But the Animal comes in, tries to come to the assistance of his tag team partner, rushed back into the corner, which allows both Regal and Garvin to work over the Hawk. And work him over they do. Referee Marty Miller with his hands full. And then some. Again a tag, or was it a tag? No, Jimmy Garvin had something tied around the throat of the Hawk, gave it back to Regal, who is outside of the ring, and now the Hawk continues to take tremendous punishment, but suddenly he fires back with a pair of leg lifts, knee lifts, and let's see what he's got here. He takes Jimmy Garvin and a power body slam to the canvas as Garvin came ricocheting off the ropes. But some punishment also has been taken by the Hawk, and he can't get over to tag off his partner or tag in his partner, the Animal. Garvin hangs onto the legs of the Hawk. Regal works him over. A tremendously hard right hand. To the eyes goes the light heavyweight champion. A shot to the head, to the forehead. Again, he spins the Hawk around. But I believe he is only antagonizing the Hawk. The Hawk looks at him. Regal can't believe that the Hawk is still standing. A double smash. The Hawk fires back. And here he comes again. Just about a KO here. In comes Garvin. In comes the Animal. Regal and the Hawk are the two that are supposed to be in there. Again now, here is the rope tied around the neck of the Hawk by Jimmy Garvin. The Hawk choking as he is standing there, actually more or less hanging there, being held by Garvin and by that rope, which referee Marty Miller has not seen. The tag. In comes Garvin. To the solar plexus he goes. The Hawk taking a lot of punishment. Here the Hawk ducks under, and oh, what a shot! Holy cow! How Garvin gets up from that one, I don't know. The Hawk comes over and tags in the Animal. And Garvin begs for mercy, gets none at all. Jimmy Garvin. The whip. Oh, a shoulder block. Down he goes, a count of one, and it is Garvin with his rope as his feet or foot, as you see across that top rope strand. Again, the whip. Here comes, the Animal with a clothesline. Again, a count of two, but in comes Steve Regal. In comes the Hawk. And it's a four-man war going on right now inside the squared circle. Oh, the Hawk catches Regal with the boot. Meantime, Garvin is working on the Animal. The Animal with a knee lift. The Animal with an elbow smash. Again, a forearm across the face. They will meet at the pass. A cover. A double cover. But only a count of two. Only a two count. The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, working over. Now you see, outside of the ring, Precious is being attacked. It looks like Buddy Roberts of the Freebirds is over there, and he takes a body slam from the Hawk inside the ring. It's the Animal with a power body slam on Garvin. Outside the ring, the Hawk is working over. And here is a tremendous clothesline by the Animal on Steve Regal as the Hawk is outside the ring. That is Buddy Roberts out there of the Freebirds. And Steve Regal is also now outside of the ring. Meantime, inside the ring, you have Garvin covering the Animal and getting a 3 count.
Well, I told you it was a war, and it was. Now, you saw what happened. You make up your own mind. No getting around it. A highly controversial decision, however. Stanley Blackburn took a look at the tape that was made available to him. He decided to side with the referee's decision, and so whether you like it or not, Regal and Garvin are the tag team champions of the world. Very interesting situation, but trust me, it's not over yet. After this match, Ken Resnick had a chance to talk to the Road Warriors, and we'll have that for you after this.
We're keeping the Total Sports Promise Wednesday. The NBA today leads off with television's best pro basketball report. Nobody covers the league better than we do. Then PKA Karate makes full contact with a blistering night at the fight. kicks and punches fly in an all-out ring war that will have you cheering for more. Live top-ranked boxing is next. Lightweight headliners Chris Calvin and Greg Hagen tangle in a bout that says knockout all the way. Plus the Western Division Tournament light heavyweight finals, all Wednesday.
Not 12, 11, 10, or 9, but 8.8. Announcing GMAC 8.8% financing on all new 1985 S15 pickups and Jimmys by GMC Truck. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, long bed, short bed. Every 1985 S15 pickup and Jimmy in stock. 8.8 can save you an average of $1,000 in finance charges on S15 pickups. $1,400 on S15 Jimmys. Now's the time to see your nearby GMC truck dealer, because 8.8 won't last long.
Brighten your colors, sharpen your sound with high-tech components designed to astound. Fine-tune your life with Emerson. Amazing new features, the ultimate prize. Step into the future, we'll open your eyes. Fine-tune your life. Emerson feels so right. Emerson, fine-tune your life with Emerson.
Following the battle for the tag team championship, fans, this great crowd, everyone in disbelief, apparently Precious Paul Ellering, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and Steve Regal, at this moment, are the new tag team champions of the world, and I cannot believe it.
This is the most bizarre, absurd thing I have ever seen in my life. I saw that Precious jump up. I went over. The next thing I know, the Freebirds attacked me. Hawk came down to help me. Animal had the guy beat. Hawk had the guy beat. 1, 2, 3 right in the middle. The next thing I know, I didn't see it. They tell me Michael Hayes jumps up off the top turnbuckle, hits Animal as he's ready to press him. The referee doesn't see anything, turns around. There's Animal. They get the 1, 2, 3. It's a robbery.
Hey, I still can't believe it, Hawk.
You take a look at my brother Animal here, and you tell me who in the AWA could ever beat him or me in a legal manner unless they had a gun. They didn't have guns. It wasn't right. It's a bunch of bull, and somebody's going to pay. It's going to be the Freebirds. You're in our face for the last time and the only time, and you are going to pay a heavy price along with the punk Garvin, his old lady Precious, who's got gonna pay, and that stinking Steve Regal. Tell him, big man, you got to say. I don't know who the hell the Freebirds think they are. I had Jimmy Garvin power slam. He couldn't even move. Steve Regal, I closed right him so hard, I said, you saw it. You saw it, didn't you? I could clear out of the stinking ring. Then I had Jimmy Garvin step for the press. Next thing I know, I'm on my darn back. What is going on here? Where was Marty Miller for the 1, 2, 3? Where was he? Hey, where was he, Regal? You were on top of Garvin. I was on top of him. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4 times. What's going on here?
Leave it out of me.
Let me tell you something, Resnick. This didn't start here tonight. This started last night in Chicago, gentlemen. And you're going to pay a heavy price because revenge is a dish best served cold.
And we serve all them cats. The Freebirds, Regal, Garvin, and that old lady of his. And we're going to tie all their heads in one stinking knot and kick it out of this.
Believe you me, fans, they have not heard the end of the Legion of Doom. We'll be back.
Let me tell you that.
On the condition of Brad Rheingans. Hopefully we'll have that for you next week. Now, also next week, after what happened to Brad Rheingans, you saw Sgt Slaughter in the ring demand a match where Zukov and the Freebirds were involved, and he got it. The main event next week, Sgt Slaughter, Big Scott Hall, and Kurt Hennig against two of the Freebirds, Hayes and Roberts, and Boris Zhukov. That's your main event. On top of that, you will see Garvin and Regal, the tag team champions, on Larry Zybszko's In This Corner. And also, the Mat Classic will be Wahoo McDaniel against then champion Nick Bockwinkel. And you saw the match today that led to that championship match. All of that next week right here on ESPN, as well as yet another encounter, another match featuring Stan the Lariat Hansen. Still out of control, but they can only suspend him for 1 week. Stan Hansen and a lot more. Join us next week on ESPN.